I think by now everybody knows Overwatch 2 has got a tank problem. But don't worry, because the devs have got the answer. It is to buff the tanks. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So what we're going to do in this video is break down some of the upcoming balance changes that are coming to Overwatch 2. This includes things like map reworks, hero buffs, and all of that stuff. We're going to go into detail on this. Now, this is taken from Spillo's live stream interview with Alec Dawson. Alec Dawson used to be, I believe, like the balance guy on Overwatch 2, or at least one of them. Now he's actually the lead gameplay designer, so I think he's been promoted, and he's sort of heading up the whole like gameplay now of Overwatch 2. Now he was interviewed by Spillo. I actually tried to pull these clips into the stream, but I have no idea what is going on with, or into my video from the stream, I should say. With Twitch, I can't actually load any of them up, but I highly recommend you go and subscribe to his Twitch channel if you can afford it. Obviously, just go and follow it if you can't. And also his YouTube channel. It does some incredible content. He was an ex-pro coach back in the day, but is now a content creator. Really good stuff. Go and check him out. But yeah, he spoke to Alec Dawson. So like I said, I would have liked to have used the clips, but for some reason they're not working. But link in the video description to all of this below. So what we're going to use instead is Overwatch Cavalry's wonderful images. I mean, Overwatch Cavalry have got some of the best they just straight up have. They've got the best graphic design of any, literally of any Twitter or social media account for Overwatch. I mean, I've literally seen nothing better. They're essentially the official account for the game. And I really, really hope that if Xenify is out there and he's still working on this account, he is making the bag for it, because the amount of advertising that's being done here for Overwatch is incredible. And we're going to use it in this video. So again, there's links to all of this in the video description below. But the original source is Spillo's live stream, which I do recommend you go and check out. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this. And I think we should talk about these tank buffs, because what the actual hell? Reinhardt and Winston are set to be buffed in Overwatch 2. To enhance tank's playmaking potential, the Overwatch team plans to return Reinhardt's 300 damage charge and make improvements to Winston's ultimate and secondary fire. Now, there's two parts to this. The first one, yeah, I'll take the Reinhardt buffs. He definitely needs it. Give him the buffs. That's fine. But Winston, now, you guys know I've not been playing a ton of Overwatch recently. I mean, in fact, the last couple of months, I've barely touched the game, really, apart from the last week or so. I've dropped in and out, played the odd game. But even I know Winston is fine. Like, Winston is probably one of the better tanks in the game anyway. But like I said, the problem with Overwatch, or maybe I haven't said it in this video, but I'm sure I've said it a load of times before, the tank meta is miserable, because if you get countered by the enemy tank, it becomes a big problem. Now, there is a caveat to all of this. You're not 1v1ing the enemy tank. It's not like, I'm Winston, I'm playing into a Roadhog, so oh no, I'm going to die because I'm going to fight the Roadhog. You will if you fight the Roadhog. It's your responsibility to think, okay, I am the Winston in this scenario. I'm going to try and get into the back line. I'm going to try and find an isolated target and make that work. But be under no illusion, playing Winston into a Roadhog is going to be a bad time. And there's tons of examples of this. So generally what happens is you would swap off your Winston onto something that could deal with a Roadhog. That's the way the game is played, and that's just what tanks are like in the game. So to kind of offset some of this, they want to bring power back to tanks. I think the ultimate issue with this, though, is if you end up buffing the tanks again, they just become giga powerful, and then, I don't know. I really don't know what they do with tanks. Maybe they add another tank to the game, and they call it an off-tank, and then we go from there. Let me know in the comments below what you think, guys. But I think this is, yeah, the Reinhardt buff's probably okay, but a Winston one seems a bit, I don't think we need that. I've got to throw this out there because this is great. So Pink Mercy, it actually increased the rate at which Mercy was selected. This is what Overwatch Cavalry said, again, with great graphics. I mean, I know this is using all of the Overwatch, stuff and whatever, but I really like I just like their design. It's great. Pink Mercy significantly influenced pick rates in Overwatch 2. Alec Dawson observed a notable rise in Mercy's pick rate, particularly in competitive play. There's a lot more Mercy than before, even in comp. And yeah, it's fine. Like, this is the best skin that has been in the game since the original Mercy pink skin for BCRF. So good job, Blizzard. There's also new maps in development, so check this out. A new Flashpoint map is in development. After learning a lot from New Junk City and Suravasa, Blizzard are currently working on the next map for Flashpoint, hoping to apply the lessons learned from the original set of maps. Now, I don't think this comes as a shock to anyone. I mean, they're always going to be working on maps. They're going to be working on maps for new game modes. You would hope more than the older game modes because they need more maps. I mean, Flashpoint doesn't have enough maps, needs more maps. Same for Push, but we know we've got Runner Sappy, which has just been added to the game basically for Push. So they are adding maps in that way, which is good. But yeah, new maps, it's just, it is what it is. It's always going to be under development. So continuing with the map theme, there's also a more map reworks coming. Again, I don't think this is a shock, but it's good that we've actually got some maps named here that are being looked at for being reworked. So again, Overwatch Cav throws this out. Alex Dawson told Spillo that Season 13 is set to include a map rework cycle. The team has previously identified Circuit Royale, Dorado, Numbani, and Havana as potential candidates for map updates. So yeah, okay, maybe this wasn't actually highlighted in the interview and Overwatch Cav are just sort of saying this was highlighted in the past. But yeah, I mean, when you look at those maps, obviously, I think the one that stands out to me is probably Havana as the worst defender. And then, I don't know, I mean, Numbani, I think they actually spoke about changing the spawn distance, didn't they, or something, on Numbani's second point. But I quite like first point Numbani defense, especially as Winston. I think that's really good. But yeah, like, I don't know. Havana needs looking at, definitely. I think Circuit Royale, obviously, it's got massively long sight lines, which is super annoying, especially on the first point. And, yeah, Numbani, like I said. I guess Dorado, the first point choke is a bit annoying. And I think, actually, Alec did sort of touch on the fact that older maps have got smaller choke points in the Spillo interview, which would indicate that maybe they want to open up the chokes or maybe give you a different way around them. That could be something they look at doing on Dorado, maybe. Hanzo is also going to get changed at some point, and Alec Dawson essentially acknowledged that Hanzo has lost his identity among the cast and has been considering looking at Storm Arrows or changing health thresholds to make Hanzo more lethal. Now, this is a massive, massive debate around Hanzo, because do you want him to one-shot you? That feels frustrating, but that is the whole point of Hanzo. Now, he can do it if he's damage boosted by Mercy, but apart from that, he's going to find it hard to one-shot most of the cast in the game at the moment, given all of the health changes and all of the rest of the changes that were associated with that. So this means, what is Hanzo? I mean, he's just, what, he's spamming choke points and just hoping for the best? Storm Arrows isn't particularly great. Are we going to go back to his Scatter Arrow? Hopefully not. That was removed for good reasons. But it is a weird one, isn't it, Hanzo? Because what is he? At long range, he's nowhere near as deadly as he used to be. At medium range, I guess he finds it harder to aim. I mean, you only really have to look at other heroes. Like, look at Sojourn. Sojourn got a pretty big buff recently with the fact that she can do collateral with her charged up alternate fire, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think she can, though, right? But I kind of missed the patch notes for the start of this season. But yeah, I don't know. I think Hanzo is, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you give him back the ability to one-shot at any kind of range, that's going to make him super frustrating and annoying. So I don't know what the devs are going to do here, but I think it'll be interesting. Let me know in the comments below what you do to Hanzo. I do actually quite like playing Hanzo. It's one of my first golden weapons as well, Hanzo. I think it might have been my second one. Maybe my third. I think I got Zarya, Soldier, then I got Hanzo, I think. There could also be crowd control changes coming to Overwatch 2. So, according to Overwatch Cav from the Spillo interview, the team is actively discussing crowd control's effectiveness against some tanks, hinting at potential nerfs. This includes possibly making Sombra's hack take longer or reducing the effectiveness of Ana's sleep dart on tank heroes. So again, this could be another way of pushing some power back to tanks to make them less, feel less frustrating to play. Now, there's a bit of a history of this, because they've done things like massively increase the knockback resistance on tanks. So like Lucio's boop is kind of crap against tanks now. So it kind of makes sense to say, well, actually, hack shouldn't be as effective against a tank. And also, if you sleep the tanks, it shouldn't be as long. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know where this could go. But this is just, again, it's like one of those fundamental design issues with Overwatch. Those are core abilities to Ana and Sombra. So you can't really, if you knock their abilities down too much, then what's the identity of those heroes? Is it worth the trade-off to make tanks more bearable? I don't know. Complex issues. Mauga, oh my god. So there are Mauga changes coming, but Mauga has got I'm going to just say this, right? I don't even care. He is the worst hero in the game by an absolute country mile. I mean, I'm not talking about his design. I'm talking about the way... Well, I am talking about his design. I'm talking about his kit design, right? I think visually, he looks great. He looks stunning. I love the massive two miniguns. It looks great. I actually really like his character as well. I think it's great. He's got great voice acting as well. I really like his shirt skin that's in the game now, finally. But, his playstyle is horrid. It rewards just spamming the enemy tank. And every change they've made to him, it kind of makes no difference. That's all you want to do with this hero, is spam the enemy tank. That's literally it. Get as close as you can to them, fire both weapons into them. Yeah, it's it's just brain dead. It's not a great playstyle. In fact, most of the pro metas that I've seen with Mauga have just been terrible to watch as well. Not that I'm super up to date on them, but the ones that I've seen, not great. This is what Alec Dawson apparently said. He shared that they're looking at particularly looking at cardiac overdrive and assessing how efficiently Mauga can set squishy heroes on fire, aiming to make diving those characters more rewarding. So you can see what they're probably trying to do here is to go, actually, Mauga, probably not the best idea just to shoot the enemy tank. What happens if we give you some sort of bonus for maybe attacking DPS or support? I don't know what they're going to do with that, whether they give him more regeneration because he's attacking those heroes instead of tank. Could be interesting to see. Apologies, I've got hiccups. And finally, I'm just going to throw this out here because it just popped up on Twitter because I was looking at the Overwatch Cavalry Twitter account. There's apparently a new Gunnar Optics collaboration with a Diva-styled gamer glasses thing. I think these are supposed to help with blue light off the screen. Never used them myself. Don't even know if they work. I don't know. Just whatever. It's an Overwatch collab. We do know that the Transformers collab is coming pretty soon, though, we imagine. You can probably work it out if you look at the dates when the lifeguard skins are available. Yeah. Because, I mean, they don't probably want them to clash. All right, guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. I've been Stylosa, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. See you soon.